Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I unmuted myself, okay. I unironically would have started this stream like 2 hours ago, but I basically said to myself, oh, I'll take a nice little nap while I wait for, you know, the queue time. That was a mistake. I fell right the fuck asleep. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the Asphodelos raids because I definitely need to do those before tomorrow. Really quickly. How do I even get to there again? Elpis somewhere. Yeah. I have no idea where I need to teleport to do this, but yeah, that's the reason why this stream is going to be super rushed. If we don't get to the Reaper and Sage class quests, which I could totally imagine that being the case, then we just don't. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that could have happened. This is probably like the furthest teleport away, isn't it? Actually, it's kind of the closest, believe it or not. So yeah, I would like to do other stuff. Like I want to try to, I guess I'll just do the raid because I kind of want to do my roulettes as well, which kind of sucks because I originally intended to combine those two into one stream, and it doesn't really seem like that's gonna happen anymore, which is just unfortunate. Oh well. Getting my daily experience is unironically more important than some class quests I could put off until tomorrow or Thursday or something. I don't know. I really like that you completely walk past this teleport. Oh, can we go in? Yeah, okay. You didn't miss much. The first raid tier is, the first fight is whatever. It's a dude swinging a chain around. I got it in my roulette. That's why I couldn't stream it. I couldn't record it. That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your 8th are fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I will be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. This is why I gotta do everything right away, because I forgot to unequip and I got it in my fucking roulette. I was so mad. I was like, God fucking damn it. Who's he stirs? Well, what came over me? Ericthonios. It's coming back to me. My mind was full of a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew naught of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. Yes. Amicthonios, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandemonium's highest layer in the place we're in now. I once wondered why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandemonium? Well, nothing good, judging by the name. The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free, and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandemonium is under the charge of a key ward who keeps strict control of the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realize I have become separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness from which I woke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the self-same ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world, and if you know anything that may help us, pray tell. Alright, explaining segment. Horror among horrors, so Pandemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual, or individuals that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what transpired here, what measures would they take? They would destroy this place. They'd banish it or some shit. Doubtless they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we cannot expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone. I wouldn't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please say not a word of this to the convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Eric Thonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only begun, and we will be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Yeah, like 3 floors worth of resolve and things to do. I knew it would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more endearing than the last. More interesting. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. Yeah, well, in 2 years almost. So you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandemonium yet hold, so for the moment, time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Whos have set us upon. Themis and Whos, yes, thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever much more entertaining than a pair of 2. I could agree to that. Well, let's turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates in case any have followed you out. I mean, we would have seen them. I'm sure they're all transformed or some weird shit. The rank 9 is probably going to be good. Dude, I had to legitimately take off 70 points of critical hit just to get the skill speed I need to make Gunbreaker, like, semi-playable. Like, the skill speed threshold right now is really not great. But what can I do? Under the surface. Yeah, and I'm not playing Paladin for this. I've given up on Paladin again. Now, sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warder has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Oh yeah, I can agree to that. See, I met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandemonium. I have. Yes, my mentor was the previous head of this facility. That is to say, La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Key Ward. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see, I did not know there was a Chief Key Ward before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words, then you also wish to preserve the work of your mentor. With the right of it, I'm lacking of ideas how to go about that. I'm a mere warder and cannot wield interment magics. Of course, I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge in these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggest as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of interment. I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. While I consider myself well versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of interment and its inner workings, perhaps. Yeah, La Habrea uses magics like this way back in Aetherochemical, which I actually got recently. He uses universal manipulation. I guess that's some form of this. I dare say we can do just that. You implied what prevented you from performing interment was a lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power of my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep and we would have to start over. I'll turn that fan off in a little bit. Kind of want to get a little bit of air moving in here first. I kind of put it in a bad position, so I'm definitely going to have to move it in a little bit. Need to worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we could test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures, though I suppose there is little the matter of finding one. It'll be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Now, I would prefer to engage a single creature that who could dispatch on his own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing hippocampos wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subject houses within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. That'll be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I could trust you with that task. Oh, we're actually going to fight down here? Okay. As dependable as ever, once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keywords magic. Until then, my illusion shall fight. Oh, never mind. The hippocampus will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it'll be at home amidst the waterways. Never mind, it's alright too. I thought maybe we would like do some overworld stuff down here. I'm like, that's a first. This is just going to automatically unlock it. Yep. They're really just going to be called circles. Is it going to be like the 9 circles of hell? But wouldn't we need a 5th floor to do that? What the fuck? Where are we? Oh, I guess you could walk this whole way. There's no map for this area, so whatever. Okay. Oh boy. The warder Erechthonios has brought with him the chilling news that all creations within Asphodelos, the highest level of pandemonium, now run free of their fetters. In order to prevent total chaos from bursting forth onto the world above, Themis and Erechthonios plan to utilize interment magics to safely capture any errant creatures, if their theory translates well into practice, that is. With only one way to find out, you head for the waterways to confront a monster of legend. Oh, that sounds nice. If the other person wants to main tank, I'm gonna let them main tank, because I don't know this fight. This shit has been out for, what, a week now? Right? Right? Maybe 2 weeks? I don't know how long this has been out, actually. Probably 2 weeks. So I'm behind. At least the login queues are better. They got better. There's only 2,000 now if you start at like 7. Usually it used to be like 10, 20K. Forget it. I would still be waiting, and the servers would just go down. So, at least we're getting somewhere, right? That's fine by me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put up another stream for this. And I'm kind of salty about that, like, low-key, but whatever. I'm gonna have to legitimately, oh god, am I gonna be able to schedule another stream? Quick, 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 come on, Opera, please! I got it. I don't know when I'm gonna set it. I'm low-key scared. I'll just set it for far in the fucking future. I don't care. Bro, the Moonward armor of Fending looks so cool. I'm sorry, this thing's neck is floating. Okay. After you, my friend. Okay, it's his first time. Fine. Shit, that's... I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Whatever. I probably won't need that at the start. I changed where all my stuff is, so that's kind of why it's like weird. So, okay, that's fine. I changed it. I think I even changed it on stream. Maybe. Two casters, okay. I can already tell I'm not gonna like this floor at all. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too much where you fit that in. Oh, I don't have that shit. Okay. Fucked up my rotation to save myself. See, I need like even more skill speed. I think you kind of need a 2.38, which is not happening, so it's whatever. Okay. I can't really read that. I just went the opposite. This apparently hurts a lot. Sewage deluge? I don't like the sound of that at all. I don't have anything? Oh, I guess not for that. Okay. Isn't this usually a stack? Whatever this is? Yes. The mark of easy prey. Can be knockback mitigated. You want to know what kind of sucks? He won't recenter after all that. Dissociation. Oh god, it's doing a Nidhogg charge. Okay. The head comes off of this. This is a fucking weird fight. Okay, I get it. Didn't we fight a hippocampus somewhere else? This is not the first time we've seen something like this. Basically, you just want to be on the opposite side, pretty much, is what I'm gathering from that. Oh. I guess they both do, like, frontal box cleaves, is what I'm guessing. Oh, actually, I have no clue how to do this. What the fuck? Oh, okay. So the head does like a box. The body does a straight line in front of wherever it is. I keep forgetting I want to double down first, and I always do. Oh, I canceled that. I fucked that up. I want to double down first before anything else. Okay, do I have arm's length? Arm's length is such a good fucking tool, man. I wonder what I'm supposed to do to recenter after this. Okay. Sewage eruption. Oh, okay. Okay, that stack is actually like really heavy hitting. Hello Ash, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this one I would have started this stream way earlier, but I didn't get into this game until just now. Oh, he passage of arms? What a nice guy. Like, actually. I'm still trying to get used to some stuff on Gunbreaker, like throwing up Aurora, because now you have 2 charges, so you might as well just use it whenever you're getting close to full charge or if you're taking damage. I'm still getting used to that. Like, mentally, that is not something I'm used to. I kind of like Equilibrium a little more because you get on-demand healing. I think we've seen every mechanic now, by the way. I fucked up again. God damn it. Oh, shit. Yeah, you know it floods even higher than this on Savage. Definitely. Alright, I'm gonna do something you're not supposed to do, and I'm gonna intentionally hold Bloodfest. What's Tainted Flood? Oh, okay. That's fine. Hit me if you want, it's fine. It's not gonna kill me. Oh, it gives a dot. I get it. I'm fucking up big time. Thank you. I'm thinking I'm gonna move my tank stance off of where it is on like every single one of my classes, just so that way I can have more flexibility and put blasting zone on this hotbar. Alright, I don't think he frontal cleaves. He even repositions. That's really nice of him, because he totally doesn't have to do that. I wonder if it spawns It can regrow its head. Oh. Ah, okay. That's kind of freaky. I didn't know I could do that. Or was I in that? I kind of like half zoned out. I don't have it yet. Yeah, you want to use this as early as possible in your shit. Yeah, okay. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter as long as it fits, but the longer you delay it, the more delayed it ends up becoming. That's just my one thing, is I kind of wish you didn't have to actually hold Passage of Arms yourself. I kind of wish you could just, like, summon, like, an avatar of yourself or something to do it. You know what I mean? Like, personally, I feel like that would be a bit better. Because as it is now, it's pretty much a DPS loss if you have to hold it for anything longer than a weave. So, like, why not just make it a full weave ability? Believe it or not, Paladin and Gunbreaker are now at the bottom for DPS. Like, a lot of classes are just fucked up in terms of DPS in this game right now. Like they're just not doing too well at all. Did it again, god damn it. So since I was kind of forced to stream early today, I'm definitely gonna record after this. What I'll record, I don't know, it depends how I feel. But when I get around to it, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh, my ACT is minimized. Wait, it didn't create the stream? Bro, YouTube is legit screwing me over. No, it did. Okay, that's weird. So there's 2 Endwalker streams. I'll fix the stuff after this. I'll fix it later. I'm not gonna fix it now. I'll fix the thumbnails after is what I'm saying. Alright, sealed. We're gonna run around like Aria of Sorrow just sealing stuff. Dude, I love the sheathing animations. That's nice. That's a nice touch. the slow sheathing. I think I tried to get one of these. Okay, I'm gonna try to get pants. I don't know why. I kind of feel like pants is always the most important thing to get. I don't think this raid tier is gonna have very good looking gear. I think they showed it off in the patch notes, so if it's not looking good, then I'm not gonna, you know, shit myself over anything. Wait, what? Hold the fuck on. A 99. I got beaten by a fucking 90. A 90 fucking 9, man. I knew you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the Hippocampos, seasoned fighters scarcely had the occasion to visit Pandemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Themis' power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but it almost made me feel like a proper Magos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Who's, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. We may prove the impossible possible after all. Sure, let's take some direct hit. The Fires of Creation. Ooh. While our success in sealing away the Hippocampos is certainly heartening, the fact we have yet to see any other wardens concerns me. The key ward of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let's hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the keywords besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Oh, he's a raid boss, 100%. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here in spite of my ineptitude in magic, and I have always known to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with an unwavering composure. Furthermore, keywards are not the only masters of interment. They can also bend the hallways of Pandemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. You can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the hippocampos upon arid sands instead of waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He is like as not taking your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the outer circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, I must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix? Phoenix? Okay. Phoenix, I've heard the name before, a fiery bird with eternal life. Yeah, and it keeps that name, more or less. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. He was hardly the only one. This Phoenix will be but one of many attempts at a concept gone awry. Far from evoking wonder, our Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus it was confined within Pandemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Habrea succeeded when so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. Enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible it flew off to some other wing of Pandemonium, we would make the assumption at our own peril. Better to assume we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Are we really just chatting outside of the entrance the whole time, basically? Oh no, it's a ladder? Okay. At least we're inside now. We're not just sitting on the stoop. Man, if only this game had full voice acting, that would be really nice. Yeah, I don't think he's a good guy anymore. No, Hesperos, how could you? How did they leave? They warp him out immediately. Like, nope, not today. Oh, damn, if I start raiding again on Thursdays, I can't stream Mass Effect. Shit, I'm gonna move Mass Effect to Wednesday. It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let's confront that reality after we've conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our focus will be required if we are to inter the Phoenix. Yeah, never mind. We're right back where we started. At first glance, I kind of like Eden a little more. As cool as Pandemonium sounds, I kind of wish... I like Eden a little bit better in terms of lore and everything else. Eden was kind of cooler at the start. Who knows? This could pan out. Oh, let me remove this. I'm not... I mean, I technically should farm it so I could get the pants, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Not this week. Whatever. I'll care next week. Maybe. Probably not. Don't worry, mate. The tome pants will be best in slot, so it won't matter anyway, and then I'll be like, well, that's why, like, there's no point in really farming this. I mean, I guess you could. You would technically be a week ahead, but I don't really care that much, man. Oh, let me un that thing, you know. There you go. You're not going to get raid wide. Life sucks. Deal with it. Maybe some other time. I don't feel like running through ACT right now. Hey, look, this guy got the same gunblade as me, based. Yeah, they've been using that double orb tank buster quite a lot lately. Oh, please let this be the mount. After you, my good sir. Also, the title for getting the trusts to max level is the 7th Dawn, which is actually kind of cool. So, like, I actually am looking forward to getting that eventually. Experimental fire plume. The last one's in the center. That's hilarious. Yeah, see, I arrive here, and I feel like if I had more skill speed, just a wee bit more, I could fit that in. Oh, hilarious. Well, that's what we call tank privilege, basically. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough tier, isn't it? Okay. Is that it? There you go. Oh, okay, I see. That's like Phantom Train a little bit. Obviously, here you have way more room to, like, maneuver and do weird shit. No, you can't leave. No. What is this? I should not have done that. I'm delaying my whole rotation, aren't I? Should you not stand here? What do you get from standing in their circle? Like, do you get protection from the rain that's falling? I have no idea. Ooh, weird shit. Oh, okay. Pull them to the edge. Damn, that's a 20,000 hit right there. Dude, Gunbreaker is just somehow always the best fucking tank. It really is. I wonder what the point of pulling them out like this is. I have no idea. Looks like they just explode again and again. All right. He's not gonna leave, is he? There you go. One for you, one for me, basically. I never did second coils, so I kind of never did the original Phoenix fight. So I don't really know anything about it. Oh shit. Okay, we're fine. What was experimental fire plume? Isn't this just a big circle around him? Is it around the center of the arena or around him specifically? Okay, it's always the center of the arena. Gotcha. Alright. I wasn't sure if he could take another auto. Apparently this thing hits like a fucking truck. Okay. Oh! The fucking little bits fucking hurt you too. Well, that's not going too well. So you actually need both tanks to be alive, because each tank takes a certain amount of bits. That's fun. Okay, this is what they do in Alexander, actually. Who does that? That's Cruise Chaser, I think. He does the same thing. He bombs the outside area, and then he bombs the inside area. Darkened fire. Oh, okay. You need to have people in each quadrant. Gotcha. I'll move. Okay, yeah, you do that. Yes. They have a lot of complex mechanics in this shit. Like, you wouldn't really think it, honestly. He's never done left Cinder Wing. We've just rolled really, really, really lucky so far. By the way, somehow I always end up main tanking. It's hilarious. I actually don't remember what this is. Usually they don't do the whole, like, the boss double autos tanks thing. That's usually not something you see in a lot of normal fights in this game. Oh, shit. Damn! Okay, we're good. That's gonna be a split 4 people on each side later. Ah, fuck it. I have to. I have to continue. You would not be able to do that back in the old days. Okay, Alexander. Not too bad. This fight feels a lot more like, I don't know, like an Eden fight, kinda. Dude, E1S used to be fucking obnoxious with the spinnies. You could kind of see where the Savage would take over a little bit in parts of this. That doesn't matter if I'm in this, does it? Did he get it? Yes, okay. Good. Shit. Again, right Cinderwing. It's really kind of sus how often they've done right Cinderwing this fight. It's been 4 for 4. And what was Experimental Char Plume? And what kind of Fire Plume does he do? Okay. Whew. Okay, I kind of fucked up my rotation, but it's fine. It's fine because I wouldn't have been able to get it off anyway. Really lucky that happened right there and not like right now. I would kind of be fucked. I actually really like this mechanic in particular. I like mechanics where you have to rotate around the boss. I think that that's just kind of cool. Ah, shit. I guess if there's time, I'll do my roulettes on stream. I'll see if, what's his name is around. But yeah, the DPS numbers are, like, really messed up right now. Oh, now you guys come back. Gee, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the help, buddy. So last time it was a love story. This time it'll be a bromance between these two. But yeah, Reaper is apparently at the top by a wide margin. Summoner is now like at the new bottom. I think what it is a lot of classes that were heavy on GCDs really are suffering right now. Because, or I'm sorry, a lot of classes that weren't heavy on GCDs and lean more into OGCDs are not in a good place at the moment. Okay. Okay, I got one. I kind of don't want to redo that Hippocampos fight, no lie. Like, maybe I'll just take the L, because who cares about this shit? You can't even die it anyway. I'll maybe do my roulettes and we could just chill, and then that'll be that. And I can, that'll be the stream. I mean, that'll be the stream because I'm going to go record. I'm trying to think if I want to take a Brilliant Diamond out. Without the Phoenix is shackled once more, however, there's yet the matter of this arena. As you told us, there's but one person, Asphodelos, with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. Contemptible display as befits an inferior specimen. So I expected to at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. Dude, I love that. That is so good. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keyword Hesperos. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved pandemonium? It's in the name, dude. Pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Ericthonios, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who cannot, or those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential to be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. That's La Habrea's son. Of course, it's always about La Habrea. We're getting like a Resident Evil 6 plotline here. Silence, you are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations, and I rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemetheos, I shall serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. Oh, we'll just be bound then, I guess. That sounds good. And he shall require no other. I think not. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you've lost sight of what it means to serve? Ericthonios is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. And who the fuck is this guy? Let's quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, his plan, his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly, to say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing. Where they fritter away, their strength is calming the beasts of Asphodelos. I continue my work, even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Ericthonios. Even dullards have their uses. I like his design. It definitely feels like a Castlevania game. What was the guy in Aria of Sorrow? The dude who's like the main villain. I think his name was Grant. Just straight up Grant. He kind of reminds me of him a little bit, but in black. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, though Ericthonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. I kind of feel like you're going to end up pentamelding direct hit. Who wards the warders? Okay. Much as I am loath to disturb Ericthonios so soon after what just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. Oh, he's over here. You're gonna be alright, buddy. Creation of the ward which surrounds Pandemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in change is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. So it is true. I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you hadn't been employed here quite that long, you had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. It was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there. You speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? So this is a family story for him. Hello, Snowman, welcome. How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You have the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. There is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. Alright, that's coming up in a later floor. Totally. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now when he offered not one drop of compassion then? I see, she is no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of a life. I've only known the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstance, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand, after all, namely how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we could surmise Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course will be to find him first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is most vulnerable to internment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. Share your curiosity. We must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? If you fail to confine him, I could always kill him. As ever, I see. I don't know which trials you have faced in your past, but I see you so certain. But to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let's try Ericthonios' plan. Thank you. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Vricolaicus, a beast which feeds off the aether of its prey. Are we talking about a vampire? He literally became a vampire. We know all too well that he could change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Oh, of course. Bro, the Castlevania vibes are just off the charts. Man, Square Enix could probably make Castlevania, but I don't really trust Square Enix anymore. I trust Creative Business Unit 3, but how many games do you want them to produce at once? They got this and they got 16 in the pipeline. I feel bad for them. Okay. No. Not the third circle, sorry. The perpetrator of the chaos in Asphodelos is revealed to be none other than its keyword Hesperos. Once known for his kindness to both warders and captives alike, he now appears before you as an amalgamation of mythic beast and man, a Hemetheos. Drunk with devotion to La Habrea and dripping venom for Erichthonios, Asphodelos' keeper may too be its most fearsome creation. I'm guessing by the end of this tier, we're probably going to be doing 5k tank DPS again. Or close. We basically went back to Stormblood numbers. Kinda. Basically everything got... They got rid of, like, Shadowbringer's massive expansion upward. So from now on, we're probably not going to gain that much HP. It's like if everything got pushed back 2 expansions, and obviously you can't really push back a Realm Reborn and other stuff. This is a little Halicarnassus-esque. That's an Alexander chest of something. I wonder if he's going to get a second phase, or if they're going to reserve that for the final tier. Like we're going to go back, you know what I mean, like a door boss. You can tank if you want. He put his cardio on me. Thank you. Yeah, good. I was going to say, he should probably remove that. That was ghetto as fuck. I had to legitimately think my way out of that. Setting the scene. Talking about, gotta get that uptime, dude. Kind of actually want to double down first. Fuck is this? Knockback? Oh wow, that's fast. You don't have time to mitigate that. Okay. You have to mitigate it early. I should not have done that. I'll delay it, it's fine. This is not going to be very fun, is it? He's going to get like 3 new abilities, so we need to go far from the lightning, but close to the water. I'm assuming that the spikes are instant death. Or maybe they fire off all, you know, one by one. That's probably what it is. Yeah, this is definitely feeling like Halicarnassus. Not that that's a bad thing, because I actually found, at the time I thought Halicarnassus was one of like the better fights, honestly. Oh, DPS can't take that, I see. Yeah, that's pretty much like the... Dude, that's the fucking Halicarnassus mechanic. Everyone has to stand in something, except this one, it's the opposite. You don't stand in that. Okay. Whereas the Halicarnassus one was you need to be in the one that matches your symbol. And trust me, a lot of people don't know what their fucking symbol is in this game. Oh, okay, I see. Still passively dodged it, which is hilarious. Does he turn around when he does this? Oh, hilarious. Okay, it's not a fucking room cleave. I got it. I understand now. Vulnerability up has no effect. Based. Blood Rake. Does everyone take an orb? What the fuck? Oh, I get it. Everyone takes an orb. Thrice come ruin, okay. Please take my orb, someone. Thank you. Bro, the bots are getting out of fucking control now. For real. They're actually fucking crazy. Now they're starting to say sentences. I thought I was on fucking solid. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't poison just spread? Yeah. I like how the spikes are just like Mega Man spikes, by the way. I don't have it. Rip. I actually like that inverse mechanic. That's actually really cool, I think. Okay, so that's why they were standing right here. That's like a full room knockback. Sweet. I like that all the mechanics are like inverse though. So like for instance, I could take this. I can't take that. And I could take this because it's thrice come ruin. Okay. So he always flicks his cape. What am I tanking with? A Gunbreaker. You could have both Heart of Corundums on. There you go. Why not? Double Heart of Corundum. So that's basically 2 X-Cogs whenever you're ready. So you that's like a full like 50% heal basically. What's going first? I have no idea. This is a stack. It's fine. It won't kill me. I should be very lucky. Shit. Apparently I used Sonic Break and I didn't even see it. Fuck, I kind of fucked up my whole No Mercy window. Whatever. Does it matter which way you get knocked? So the whole raid tier is probably going to be like just talking about La Habrea because he wasn't really mentioned at all in Endwalker. Probably because they were going to give him an outro here, more or less. He was mentioned, but you know he wasn't like a primary like part of the story, and he hasn't been pretty much since he died. Could be worse. Could be Ignorm, literally introduced to die. I got you, buddy. Like, you could Bloodfest off in this. I don't know. I prefer to Bloodfest afterwards, but I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter in the long run. Because I don't think you could use this last charge if you Bloodfest. You pretty much just hold it. Or maybe you do use it. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, it doesn't matter. Could be worse. Oh, I suppose. I love it. I love the fucking trophies. I mean, when you look at anything, I suppose anything could always be worse, right? It really sucks. I always end up having so much to do right before patch comes. And I always end up in this position, and it fucking sucks, man. I hate it. Nosferatu. A 12 and a 60. I don't care about the rest of this. You don't even need to worry about the minion. If you're gonna do Savage with a static, you're pretty much guaranteed to get it. If you're actually with a static worth their weight. I mean, what static doesn't clear a fight 8 times to give everyone a chance at the coffer, the page, and the chest? Like, that's just being an asshole. Actually, I was in a static that did that once. That was a lifetime ago. He explained the fight, so I kind of got to give it to him. Oh, okay, the pants are gone. Very nice. All right, goodbye. I think the last 2 floors are the best, but I pretty much, I don't know if I say that every time. No, I think Eden Gate, I think the first 2 ones were good. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think I would fall before one such as you, perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You're wasting your breath, Asphodelos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not yet exhausted, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Whoop. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. Alright, see you in like 8 months when they release the next part of this. I guess it's going to be Abyssos, right? Because they were talking about it. We have to go deeper into Pandemonium. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Asphodelos? You were better than that. Your stars shone more brightly than any other in Pandemonium. You had Lahabrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. Guess I could turn this off. I don't need that. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that fate had chosen you and not him to be Lahabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought verboten power. Power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn to contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. That's what happened with Livia, who's relevant because she's a dungeon boss now. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How is it so desperately to wish for their light, or how it is to desperately wish for their light, I can't speak. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. We've spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe we can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What is this presence? Erchthonios, what lies beyond that threshold? As the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Be on your guard. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. That's not creepy. Yeah, just seal it for now. Or I guess it'll be sealed for us. A warding sigil. How? Let's return to the gates for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Alright, well, I did it. I actually wonder what unlocks Savage, honestly. I have no idea. Actually, you can't unlock it now anyway, so there's just no reason to rush. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? As a stark possibility, yes, the root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects in it for his experiments, for more potential hemothei. Hemithio. Okay. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Not lose heart yet, Ericthonios. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemathios, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles and thus can wield interment magics within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. So, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help. But... You mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the warders and their identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandemonium, then I'm not above asking for La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Ericthonios and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burdens may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wherever I'm able. And all we've achieved so far has still been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt that I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by several paths, but it's only by combining our respective expertise that we shall reach the end of it and see Pandemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Who's rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress. Yes, I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Yeah, oh shit, I forgot about those dudes. Well, at least we could teleport there. How do you even explain, man? Telling people about all this shit, it must be like an hour long. You're gonna need a whiteboard and all sorts of stuff just to explain this to them. I guess we can still talk to the Wandering Minstrel. I guess we're never gonna get anything out of, what is it, Grenolt and the Minstreling Wanderer again, which is unfortunate. Welcome, who's back from the past? None the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? These guys aren't even really doing anything. So there's evil afoot in Pandemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see return to us in one piece. It appears the voice who's heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery with the help of whose, of course, by his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, and yet he returns to the same present he left. Which can only mean but one thing, that his intervention in Pandemonium's crisis is one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. What if one of those creatures should escape? What ripples would it carry forth to the future? Probably none, because the end of days has to happen. Oh, okay. Never mind. This is a good point. It would fuel the final days, but I don't know. I kind of don't buy it, but whatever. Sure. I guess you could argue that whatever beast would escape could maybe stop Zodiark or Hydaelyn from being summoned. I guess. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemonium? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, you might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. There you go. Shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Malini is an expert of armaments throughout history. Okay. Yeah, she gives stuff. Okay. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse records of events you have reported here, Nemgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. Okay. Yeah, okay, sure. And since we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research, I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal. Alright, I guess the quick arm would be the one that would help me the most if I could pentameld. I really don't want to have to buy crafted gear. Alright, so basically that's it for now. In 8 or so months we'll have something new. Now, as fast as I can, I want to see if I could slide in to a roulette or two. 14 minutes? Oh, fucking shit, man. I really want to level machinist, but I don't know if I'll have the time to do it. Okay, hold on. Fuck it, I'm squeezing into this shit. Less than 5 minutes, okay. I just want to level Astrologian and get it. Just throw it away. I'm never playing it. Fuck that shit. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 both got remakes. I'm pretty sure they were remasters. Maybe they were remakes. I have no idea. It's Castra Meridianum, by the way. Yeah. Alright, well that's basically the end of the stream. This is stuff I didn't actually record, because I played this on my own time way back when. So, I mean, like, I'm going to finish this, and then the servers are going to go down, and then that'll be that. So, By the time I get around to it, it'll be... Oh, people might leave. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. I hate how this class works now. This class is not good anymore. I really don't enjoy it. I actually have to heal him. This pull is actually kind of lethal now for tanks a little bit. Especially when you don't have anything. I used to do this every single day, by the way. Back when I was first starting out in this game, when you need a fuck ton of poetics to buy stuff. I mean, like, back then, poetics was only for ARR content, because I joined in Heavensward. Nowadays, the amount of poetics you would need to buy everything, like for relics and all these other items, is astrological. Like, it's ridiculous how much you would need. I guess I could play this. Wait, where's the play? Oh, he's not here. Okay. You can have it. I don't care. Oh boy, here we go. Ready? Oh, wow, I actually got it. There you go. Well, I got my Astrodyne. This class is, like, all the Heavensward classes have just been unfortunately gutted to hell and back. It's really unfortunate. Because I really liked a lot of them way back in the day. I thought they were all really cool and in-depth. And they have completely gutted all three of the Heavensward classes basically down to nothing. And that is like the worst way they could have treated the Heavensward classes. Everything since then pretty much retains its complexity. Red Mage, Samurai is still complex. Gunbreaker is still complex. Dancer just has like optimal timings and stuff. Red Mage was kind of designed to be simple. So Reaper is also simple. That's why it doing the most DPS out of any DPS in the game is kind of like fucking with the balance a lot. Like, people are not very happy with that. Oh, I have this at this level? Okay. I didn't pop light speed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This job was kind of made to be played on PC. I didn't re-roll it. I don't know why Minor Arcana needs a separate button to play it. That also is kind of another thing. I'm like, why? I feel like this class should have been more about the cards, and they've removed like half of the card moves on this game. I don't really like how this class plays anymore. Like, I could at least deal with it in Shadowbringers. Like, I thought the Minor Arcana was fine. Like, the cards were a complete support system. Now it's like a fucking random roll if you get more DPS or less. So, like, we're gonna go back to the Stormblood thing where they're just gonna fucking fish for Lord of Crowns, basically. I mean, you can't fish for it anymore, but you know what I mean. Like, people are not gonna be happy. Like, the best astrologian parse in the world is going to be someone who never got Lady of Crowns at all in a single fight. And I kind of feel bad for any astrologian who gives a shit about their parse. That's not going to be fun. I don't really like random abilities like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure like that was the whole point of some of the changes of previously. They made a lot of very weird, questionable changes to classes in Endwalker. As I was saying earlier, like it seems like the classes that are more heavily GCD based did not get fucked as hard as other classes. So Warrior is really good right now in terms of DPS. Dark Knight has a lot of OGCDs. I'm not really sure how that worked out. It's not really like a fucking rule, obviously. It's just kind of like me spitballing, you know? Like throwing some shit at the wall. Because Reaper is very GCD heavy and Summoner is very not GCD heavy. So when they converted it to GCDs, it became weird. I don't know if they have the patch notes out. Oh god, I have something in my eye. I have something in my eye and it's killing me. But yeah, you might ask, why do this roulette every day? Because it is quite literally the best thing that you could do. I don't know why clarifying draw even exists. Like, why the fuck would they make it so you can't re-roll cards? I guess, like, by doing this, you're more likely to draw more cards, so maybe they figure that you're not just holding a card waiting to re-roll it. But, like, then why get rid of sleeve draw? Like, none of the shit they did makes any sense to me, right? Like, why get rid of sleeve draw? Sleeve draw's whole point is that it's guaranteed to pull the seals that you don't have, so you use it as your final draw. Like, that's the whole point of it. You're guaranteed to pull seals that you haven't already gotten. I never figured out if you're supposed to walk into the searchlights or if you could get by without walking into them. Like, if it's a intentional part of the level or some shit. I mean, like, obviously they want you to. I'm gonna play this on myself. Fuck you. Oh boy, I didn't get it. Like, when you get a card like this, I don't know. I feel like you're just supposed to undraw it and fucking draw again, and then roll again, basically. Like, I like the changes to divination, I like the idea of Astrodyne, I just don't like the implementation of it at all. I really kind of hope they find a way to put Time Wizard in this game. Call it Time Wizard. I mean, they don't have any class called Wizard, though. Call it, like, Time Wizard, Time Mage. That'd be kind of cool. That's like one of the few major Final Fantasy classes not in this game. Because it used to kind of be Astrologian, had some time abilities. You had Time Dilation and Celestial Opposition used to extend buffs by 10 seconds. I remember giving people like a full minute of the balance back in the day. Shit was nuts. You could give people a full minute of the balance if you Royal Roaded properly. But obviously the most optimal thing was to have it so you spread it, and that just became the thing that happened in Stormblood. Stormblood was when they first started like gutting the shit out of moves in this game. Like just getting rid of all of them. If you like something and it was gone in Stormblood. I don't know the proper way to weave that anymore. Kind of miss Royal Road. I miss like all the different card-based things. Oh no. Oh no. Why do you home gang? So the reason why people don't like this over Castro or over Praetorium is because in Praetorium, it's just a bunch of cutscenes and barely any moving and walking, because Praetorium is meant to kind of be like a super MGS finale. And obviously here we are having a full-on movie-style finale to the main campaign. It would have been cool if like certain parts of the story, like endgame dungeons, were like 8-man full-on raids. I think that would be kind of cool. But that's a format they kind of got rid of. So like realistically, like this stuff should have been reworked ages ago. But I think that they're afraid that if they put it in like 50, 60, 70, when people aren't playing this game, it might encounter hardship, you know? So they keep it its own roulette, which is also kind of a weird way to solve that problem. But the way that they make it more relevant is by making it give you a fuck ton of experience. That's how they basically convince people to hop into this shit. Alright, undraw because fuck you. Alright. Alright, undraw because I got the same fucking seals over and over. Like, why? The cards are literally useless. See, the only way I could see this being different is if you already have the seal, it won't replace the seal that you already have. But that's not the case. Like, they kept all the bad parts of keeping the same seals, but they didn't give you any, like, saving graces. See, I just got the same seal set 3 times in a row. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's useless. Oh, shit. That's fine. Can I even reach that far? Yeah. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's really, like, just a mess. I wouldn't want to play this class. Alright, finally. Let me enter combat so I can play this. We got 1 hour before maintenance. I kind of want to do a leveling roulette, but then I also don't really want to cut it close at all, so I don't know. I like how the cannon is like the highest DPS move that you could do. I kind of want to level up Monk. Dude, the bots are fucking nuts on this fucking shit now, man. I can't wait for YouTube to blame me for bots on my content. Like that's anything I could even remotely control. Don't worry, they'll disable dislikes, they'll remove all sorts of features. They won't let people see your literal accurate sub count. They'll only see the first 3 digits, which is bullshit. But getting rid of bots, finding ways to stop bots, oh fuck, no, can't do that. That would be helpful. That would actually be decent. Because I can't wait. They're gonna fucking get mad at me for this. And it's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I'm just some normal dude. I'm a fucking weirdo. I stream an MMO to nobody just because it makes me happy. Shit, I gotta get better with the micro. Did they stun it? Maybe they did. I wasn't looking. No, they did not. Okay. You could stun this like really, really well, and he completely skips the tethers become worthless basically. He skips all of that bullshit, which is actually really nice. I'm not gonna get out of that. That's fine. Nothing here even really kills you. Let's be honest here. You would stun him at about 40%. You would have already needed to stun him, I think. It's whenever he completes his next action, you need to stun him before that action would occur. It's just a shame. You would have to play this game like years ago to really get the full experience of some of these great classes. All gone now. And that's why I say every expansion, like, Dark Knight suffers because Dark Knight is still in this weird place. Dark Knight is bad because it's in this weird place where they removed the key fucking aspect of the class and dumbed it down to fucking back. And now the class is just miserable because you could tell it's been so fucking removed and gutted. I think we'll just end the stream after this. You're not really missing much. I feel like they could have really changed Dark Arts and done something with it, because Eucrasia proves that there's a way to do it. Maybe not on potency gains, obviously. In fact, Eucrasia is technically a potency loss. You get a shield, so I mean, technically it isn't, and normally it isn't. But if that shield expires, then it's a loss of healing, technically. I mean, that's really not going to happen. But the reason why Dark Arts got to the way it was is because it came down to being a potency gain to use it. And it would have been fine if they found a way to change the effects of moves. Like, basically, Dark Arts allows you to have 2 entirely different sets of moves based on whether or not you Dark Arts. And what they could have done is they could have had it so it doesn't take MP, it just modifies the moves, like with Sage, and it would have been fine. You could have had, like, cool shit. It's like maybe you spread buffs to the party, or maybe you spread, you know, something else. It just different stuff. Because now I don't like Dark Knight because it just feels so bland and empty, and you have no self-sustain whatsoever. You're completely at the behest of your healer all the time, and I really dislike it. That's why I play Gunbreaker. Continuation is basically Dark Arts. Okay. And I really thought about that today. I'm like, damn, Continuation really just is Dark Arts. It's basically unchanged Dark Arts. Except you use it afterwards instead of preemptively. Because I liked using Dark Arts to, like, change Power Slash into an aggro generating move. I was like, wow, this is actually, like, really cool. Like, you get a... You good? You good? What the fuck is going on? Okay. I don't even know if I took that damage. That's hilarious. Like, yeah, the numbers popped up, but I went in the cutscene, so I might not have taken it. Are we hitting the cannons? I'm gonna hit the cannons. Don't worry, this next fight is a complete snooze fest anyway. So what I found is that 2 people can be on the same cannon, and you could literally pound the fuck out of the airship doing this. As you can see. Done. Okay, I'm definitely done after this. I'm gonna record though. I'm gonna record tonight. I hope everyone liked the Resident Evil. I don't know what I'll do. Kind of don't want to play Resident Evil at night, not because it's scary, but just because I don't want to wave my arms around. I feel like I'm gonna get way too active. But I mean, maybe, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you have to kill the Colossi. They don't expect you to break the thing before the Colossi are dead. So I guess that's got to count for something. I'm going to blow both my cards here. Because you can't actually damage Livia. This is still like a very weird, like, half fight that they never changed. You have to blow her, or blow up her Magitech with cannons. And I fucking... Like, this is just a leftover. and this thing slowly has to bring missiles over and stuff. It's not that great. You need to hit these things so they don't fucking hit the Magitech arm. Please don't let them do that. Because if they hit the Magitech arm, it makes the fight take longer because now the things have to respawn. This is definitely something that should kind of get changed. Like no lie, because they do an AOE, and sometimes the Magitech loader will be in the AOE like that, and then it'll get hit and it'll explode. It doesn't deal damage; it just makes the fight take longer. I kind of also think that they put these two into that final dungeon just to give them like one final hurrah, because like you see them 1,000 times if you do the main scenario roulette, and now it's just kind of like, okay, but they're not a threat. Like this is not like, this is playground time. Like we're fucking around right now. Like no one's doing anything. The whole point of this fight is just some weird mechanic to shoot cannons. All right, fire it. Let's go. This only took, what, like 30 minutes, roughly? It's not that bad. It's a shame. I'm not going to be able to do all my roulettes tonight. This is why I got to start doing my roulettes in the morning. I got to, like, actually get a schedule going. It's never going to happen. Okay. She actually speaks, by the way. That's what's really crazy, is they have her voice battle lines, but not the cutscene lines. Like, wouldn't you rather the opposite? She says stuff during this fight. She has a voice actress, but they don't have her have any real lines. The whole cutscene is unvoiced. Here, let's see if we could hear her. I'm lagging out my fucking computer doing this. I think she does have lines. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. No, yeah, there it is. She says something. I have no clue what the fuck she says. Who cares? Alright. Well, that was fun. Told you. She says something. She says one thing. So, okay. Maybe they just got an intern or something. Or maybe it's someone really famous. I'm not shitting on them. I wish they did more work, is how crazy it is. I wish they did more. Is there anything else I need to do my weekly for? I don't think so. I think we're done. Alright, well... that's it for the stream, because, I mean, I got 45 minutes. What are the odds I'll get through a leveling dungeon in 45 minutes, you know? Where I actually have to play Astrologian. I mean, it's possible. kind of don't. I just kind of don't want to. All right, I think we're done. Doing roulettes is not great stream content. Anyway, I'm gonna prep to go record. I will see you guys later. Thanks for the people who stopped by. Thank you for the bots. I'm glad to always have people to ban. That's always great. But in seriousness, YouTube, I wish you would get your shit together on this, because I have no clue what the fuck is going on with them at all. It's kind of nutty, actually, that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like the fucking floodgates opened. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But, I mean, YouTube just does what YouTube does. Alright, well, that's it for me. I got nothing else to say. Peace, have a good one. When's my next stream? Wednesday? Wednesday will be Pokemon. Fuck, I guess Friday will be Mass Effect. Because I don't have any other days to move it to. So I guess Friday will be Mass Effect, and we'll just tentatively see where that falls, and we'll go from there. So, big ups. Peace out. How do I end my stream? Oh, I could end it from YouTube.